HBCUs were built for Black people, but did you know that they weren't built by Black people? And at first, they weren't as for us as you may think. Let's talk about the real history of historically Black colleges and universities. I'm Alante Serene, and you're watching Melanin Mythbusters, where we explore all sorts of Black milestones, mysteries, memories, and myths. So let's get into it. During enslavement, it was illegal for most Black people to read or write. And even after slavery ended, many colleges refused to admit Black students. So in comes the first HBCU, Cheyney University in Pennsylvania. It was founded by a white Quaker named Richard Humphreys, who donated hella money to train Black students and teachers. And other HBCUs like Lincoln and Wilberforce were founded soon after, which sounds like a great thing, right? But here's the gag. They all had strict limits on what Black students could study. Low-wage labor training and industrial trades were available, but no courses that led to graduating Black lawyers, doctors, or business leaders. And these parameters are put in place to make sure that Black people stayed in low-level jobs. Some Black community leaders encouraged this vocational training, like Booker T. Washington, who thought that industrial jobs were key to Black people's survival and progress. And meanwhile, leaders like W.E.B. Du Bois argued that we needed full access to higher education in order to succeed, just like the white students. There's no surprise here that those white-owned HBCUs sided with Booker. These schools were ran by white administrators and teachers, many of whom were still high-key racist. Even at top HBCUs, like my alma mater, Howard University, Black students were treated less than. The rules were strict, the students had more to prove, and the funding was low. Despite these hurdles, Black leaders like Du Bois rallied to take charge of HBCUs, and by the early 1900s, Black educators were taking over leadership positions. Schools like Morehouse and Spelman were producing Black lawyers, doctors, and activists. By the 60s, HBCU students were on the front lines of the civil rights movement, staging sit-ins and marching for voting rights. To this day, HBCUs still produce about 80% of Black judges, 50% of Black doctors, and countless leaders in politics, science, and media. Even still, many of these schools face challenges with funding and infrastructure. Despite their complicated history, HBCUs stand as proof of Black excellence, resilience, and potential. If you made it this far, rep your HBCU in the comments. Follow Melanin Mythbusters for a breakdown on more Black milestones, mysteries, memories, and myths.